You don't know the power of sci-fi radio.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
We would be honored if you would join us.
All right.
It's way off.
It's another Thursday night. That means another Bayou.
Yep.
I'm Obi-Shawn Crosby.
This is Jeff Soul at Donoho.
And you could be listening to us on sci-fi.radio, sci-fi for your Wi-Fi, where we have been for many, 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 many years. You could be listening to or watching us on Twitch or on YouTube or Facebook, whatever those things are. And
I'm way zoomed in.
it's another week. It's technology's not being kind to us today.
No, I just look at my computer. I'm zoomed way in because I think it's using the computer on this camera on my computer, not my actual fancy camera over here.
Yeah, maybe. You're
bad.
I usually have to stick my hand up in front of it to figure out which camera's active. So.
Yeah, like everything's dying on this computer, I think. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Sam Neville is first in, followed by Kelly Kane Bryson. Lori has popped in. And hi, y'all.
Yeah, I got to go with that page. Everyone's
on Facebook. No Colleen tonight. Colleen's had a week, so she's sitting this one out. And it is...
Oh, I see,
this is the last show of this, quote unquote season.
Yes.
However we wanna call it.
Wow. Okay, so I think oh my goodness, yeah, it is definitely. Or next week, I guess, is the first of the next one, and we have to when are we stepping up to do the redo, or rehash of it, or redesign of the show? Is it next week, or are we trying to get done?
I have been redesigning some graphics and stuff. Although usually we try to make some sort of update. Everything we've done has been very toy based, and I haven't found any other cool toys that we can use. Kit, I think, had suggested Happy Meal toys, and those didn't look very exciting.
Oh dang!
All the Happy Meal toys are really dumb. For Star Wars and stuff, and of course there aren't any toys for Firefly. This is our old graphic, which has Han and Obi-Wan from the old Infinity series, or what's now known as Toy Box through Disney, and I had to create one for Colleen because there is, of course, no
Kaylee.
No Kaylee, right?
Firefly.
So had to kind of wing one based on a little statue that I think QMX had put out. So I have an idea. I'll run it past Jeff after the show and make sure I'm going in the right direction. And then if it works, we will be we will have new graphics next week and see. So
because I would say Playmobil, but they all look the same.
I know, right? It's really hard to tell, and I don't think they have Playmobil Star Wars. I have Playmobil Ghostbusters. I definitely, in fact, right up here, I have. Is this? No, I'm trying to think. I've got all sorts of Playmobil toys up here, buried, and so
they're not really distinct.
No, these are
like little characters.
This is Winston, but Winston's black, so that's easy.
Yeah.
But they have some pretty cool stuff, and I've got the Ectomobile and that kind of thing. And...
But if it's like you look at them and go, okay, basic face, basically.
Right.
Yeah, African American, but still basic face.
I mean, there's always Kenner action figures or something, but they don't look that different from what we have. So anyway, I have an idea. I started working on something the other night. We'll see. We'll see how it comes out. Okay. Let's see.
Cool.
Kelly suggests Lego Star Wars. We actually did Lego Star Wars. I think that was the very first toy thing that we did.
Yeah.
Was Lego Star Wars. And
Yep.
so it was like in the very early days of this show. And it was easy because when we had our friends come in, like Andrew came in, and he was part of the
Andrew
show
and
for a
Joe.
while.
Yeah.
And so Andrew was Anakin, so we grabbed one.
Yeah.
Joe was Luke, we grabbed one. It was really easy for people
Yeah.
who were swapping in and out of the show. Back when we had a much more organized show. We're very organized now because we have like a document that Kit puts together and all that kind of thing. Which I think, did Colleen start the document or did Kit? So we have all that, but we used to have segments of the show, and so like video games was Joe, and science was like Andrew or something, and so it was really funny, and so we would have like little reporters on various segments, but there's a certain level of dedication that you need for doing something like this, part of which is that we just kind of look at this, I think, as sort of our poker night. And
Pretty
we're like,
much,
some people go bowling every week, some people play poker every week. That's what we do here. And so, which is why it's okay when Colleen's in and Colleen's out or does whatever.
Yeah.
And, or Jeff has to work a night and things. We just swap people in and out. Kit was on the show filling in for Jeff, I think, last week, which was good. Quiet, but she was there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And so, I mean, we can always like grab people to swap in and out.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
Yeah. We're ending tonight. This is season 14, episode 52, which means we will have completed 15 years of the show, and we'll be starting on the next season. Next week. So, kind of interesting. It's been going on a while. Let's see.
Yeah, true, dude.
Linda Bowden chimed in. Jack says hi. She says Talon Thorne is there. Alan Kalachi's popped in. The Lady A has graced us with her presence. And
there we go. Yeah, I see more people.
Hey, and we get an ad on some sort of spammy ad over on Twitch.
Yeah, spam ad too. Oh, thank you. I wasn't able to go down there and get that. Thank you. Let me see. I think I can get rid of it. Let's see here. How do I do that?
Hopefully my mute button's working and you're not hearing me cough up a lung here.
It is right here. It is. Bam. Bong. There we go. Okay.
Hey,
and I've lowered the band hammer. There we go.
Woohoo! As Vicky chimes in, I should go in and check and make sure we're not giving you a crazy echo over on sci-fi.radio, as happens sometimes. Let's see. Let me do this real quick. On sci-fi.radio, as happens sometimes. Okay, I think you're okay.
Okay.
Let's see how that goes.
Okay.
All right.
That one.
Yeah, we had that 1 week where we had just changed some of the tech around, and it gave you quite the echo, which some people thought was pretty funny.
It's kind of weird going on. What it was like, I sounded weird, or this.
Yeah, so everything you said would have a slight delay and then an echo, and so it was like you were at the bottom of a well.
Oh. That's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah, no.
But it all depends on like where the sound is coming from and how I've got you set up. And there's like 8 different ways of getting sound into the computer, and if 2 of them are competing with each other, then we get all sorts of echo and weirdness, and
Gotcha.
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
All right, but everything looks like it's doing its thing. So that's really
Mhm.
all I can ask for. All right. How was your
man.
week, eh?
Yeah. Since at least since I've been on the show, so. um, but yeah, I've been rather busy, so, I guess, because like Father's Day and everything else going on.
Right. Colleen
yeah.
and I are both out of fathers.
Mm,
So we
yeah.
didn't do anything for father, and I am not a father. So you had to do all the celebrating on our behalf.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Basically, um, each time that everyone just sort of came over, like Owen came over and they gave me some few things, and Pet and Christina and Audrey and everyone, Sparrow, yeah, and a lot of cool. So I got a lot of cool stuff for our Father's Day, of course.
Cool.
But Rosie on Friday before Father's Day took me to Knott's Berry Farm because they had started their Ghost Town Alive.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so but up until that point, Rose wanted me to take that Friday off, and wouldn't tell me what. And then I found like, oh, you're gonna wear your Woody costume. I'm like, I am.
Oh,
Where
okay.
we're going. And then so of course it goes down away. So it was fun. It was pretty cool. We wandered around, did a bunch of tasks and stuff, and had food and whatnot. So that was nice, a lot of kids coming up or people coming up and wanting pictures.
People
Yeah.
who recognized you as Woody.
Yes, yeah, and well, Rose was dressed as Jessie actually.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. So, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna keep doing more of my costume. I'm like, do what you want to do to it. So. But yeah, we went around and in session, and David was, I guess, basically just a Western cowboy person. Like he had like drover's coat, hat, and everything. So
Right.
definitely old Old West.
Generic
Just
Old
not,
West.
Yeah, just not a specific character or anything.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So it was cool. But yeah, I mean. Just did that, wandered around and had some food, and I looked for boysenberry soap and nobody had it. Knott's had another company's brand of soap in their store, and I'm like, what?
Boysenberry
not.
soap.
Yes.
Huh. Okay.
Like every year during the festival, they sell boysenberry bars of boysenberry soap.
Right.
So I buy one when I can if I'm there, but the festival was over by the time we got there for the Ghost Town Alive. So we went around to different shops while we were there trying to find it too, and amongst it, looking at other things, and no, not once. They would I found some boys, like, believe it or not, boysenberry soap by another company, one of the shops outside of Knott's. Like, what the heck?
That's too bad, because I like boysenberry anything.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
being the sort of like local berry, boysenberry is pretty amazing. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I had to have a boysenberry soap while we were in there, and root beer. We did go to the Birdcage Theater because they had renovated it.
Yeah. They finally made
we
it
got-
usable without all the tarps everywhere.
Yeah, so you could see all the original wallpaper that they found it, and then they found someone that could recreate it. So all the walls that were seen had that original wallpaper up.
Oh, that's terrific.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what kind of a
The
show
show-
did they put on in there?
Huh? The show was about the same.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's about the same one as they usually do. they have Kate who comes out and does, and she's the leader of the show, and then or the host of the show, and then there's like two cowgirls and cowboys, so to speak, with her, dancers and whatnot, dancer singers, and they're dancing around and stuff and doing different Western songs. Although this time around, one of them, like, I don't. This is this is this is what they always say. This is what most bigots say. This is going to sound racist, but I mean it's not. One of the guys dancing, he sounded like Ricky Ricardo. Desi Arnaz on the Lucy, I Love Lucy, when he was singing like a Western song.
Okay.
His accent was so thick. It was like.
And was that like his real accent, or was he putting it on, or was it his real accent?
It was his accent.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it's like I just had to like kind of smile. I didn't want to laugh, but I'm like, because it's like the second he was singing, I'm like, it was like Ricky Ricardo was running in my head.
Right.
It sounded almost identical.
However, very authentic to the Old West.
Yes.
With all the Mexicans who were living up through California and whatnot.
Yep.
So sure.
Yeah. And then they had a new show that they had in the Calico Saloon. There was a new show in there too. So it just basically had I guess a lady that who owned the Calico, in quotes, the new owner, and her, I don't know, I guess he worked for her or something, or a brother maybe. I don't know really what this guy was, but they're dressed the same, like as if they were attending bar.
Okay.
In the Old West. And then they had two dance girls too, song and dance girls. And of course they did a bunch songs and some soft shoe and whatnot on there, and the piano played itself, and
cool.
Which was kind of funny. They're like, "Oh, the piano." I'm like, "So the Calico's haunted? Because is that what this means? Because it's playing itself." But yeah. Didn't get on a lot of rides, to be honest, because like it was pretty busy, and we tried to get on the what's that, the Berry Tales ride.
Oh,
and
okay.
We were up in line getting ready, and we're about to get on the ride, and it went down.
Oh, geez.
We were literally at the gate to load in on the ride, and it went down. So we did get on the train, so that was nice.
Okay. They didn't give you like a fast pass return or anything to skip the line?
No.
Oh, boo.
No, nothing. They don't do that there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just but other than that, it was nice. Which we, like I said, we went around the whole place looking at things, and by the end, my feet were killing me. Those damn cowboy boots. Ugh,
yeah,
so
that'll
painful.
do it. That'll do it for sure.
The heel's too high, I think. Really, they're so I need to get some that are lower heels, so they're more comfortable.
Well, that's kind of the nature of cowboy boots, though. They've always had very tall kind of heels. Although I think over the years, as they became more fashion and less functional, they've gotten much pointier and narrow-toed, and the heels have gotten bigger and things like that.
Yeah.
My grandfather, he was a steel worker from Pennsylvania, but I think identified as a Texan. Because his entire wardrobe was all cowboy.
Oh, nice.
I inherited all of his stuff. So I inherited his cowboy hats and his boots and things. He was a shorter, slighter guy, and so the boots I got from him, which were very lovely, I think they had like 4-inch heels on them.
Oh God!
And these very pointy toes and things like that. And I'm like, wow, he's went full John Wayne.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, we walked around, took pictures, and got pictures. But let me see if I'll send you a picture that Rosie had sent me.
Okay, I'll see if I can get them.
I'll put to the what you call it, chat, the
Yeah, let me see if I can
our regular chat, so
get
that
in
you can
there.
probably, so you can actually find it.
I've been having difficulty with Messenger on
Okay.
Facebook for some reason. So,
Let's see here. Sure.
while you're looking those up, I will say hi to Elva. Hey, Elva. Elva's in. Kilted Terrors popped in. Dawn made it in. And Lori says that she used to like PB&J with boysenberry, which I'm
Yeah.
all about. Absolutely
Yeah.
love boysenberry jam.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I sent the DB94 chat,
Yeah, I
so
got
you
it.
should be able to find it in the Facebook DB94. If you're able to find the other one.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see
So,
here.
oh, I see the other one, Kill the Terror down to nothing to there. Got these rules. Skydance Dawn and Kill the Terror here. And yeah. So but yeah, there's a couple more pictures. That's just one of them. You can see how Rosie was dressed, but it was good. It was toasty.
Yeah, it was definitely a little warm this weekend.
Yeah. But it was definitely fun. Still fun, you know. At least we got to do a few things that weren't like, you know, being bogged down by other stuff. I don't think they were doing the Indian shows. There was a few shows that they normally do that weren't happening on a Friday. So yeah, oh well.
Yeah,
The other ones.
I could see where they would wait for the weekend for
Yeah.
their busier stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that Western Day is happening again, but I'm reluctant to go because the last time we went, it was less about celebrating at Knott's and a little more about the folks who ran the event.
Yeah.
And not that I don't like them, it was weird. It was like we all got kind of invited to help them pad out their social media.
Yeah.
And like that's
There's
not a thing we do with our own show, so I'm reluctant to do it
Yeah.
with other people.
Yeah. There's another Western Day coming up out at the Apple Orchards again this year. So it's is it coming up? I think in July.
Out in Julian?
I think it's in July. I'll have to check my message. Rose sent me a thing or posted a thing, and I think it's in the Discord. She posted it. But
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Are you talking about the apple orchards in Julian?
No, if it's Julian. Is it Julian? Oh, I don't remember the name of the place. I remember Farley was there, fiddling with Farley. I remember him being there at like last year and the year before.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of farms out in Julian that do like you pick apple stuff, and like the whole town is about apples and apple pie and all that kind of stuff. And there was one guy who had like a historical farm, but he got weirdly political, and so they kind of booted him from the old from the field trip roster. It was called Riley's Apple Farm.
Yeah.
And
So his kids are running that. Yeah.
have one. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what apparently I think that's where that is occurring is at the kids one.
Okay, yeah, because there was like Riley's Farm, and then there was like a secondary one.
Yeah, it was like ranch or something.
Yeah, we used to do Riley's Farm, and it was a lot of fun until the guy who owned it got weird. So we kind of stopped doing it. But yeah, like we would go down there. We rented a house one year, and like had a whole bunch of people who stayed there. It was fun.
Okay.
We all went in costume. It was neat.
Cool. So no, that one's coming up. I'll have to look it up and see when it is because it was fun going to that, and hopefully I get a day off to go to it again.
Yeah.
You know, definitely only when Farley's actually there performing.
Dawn was asking, I assume about knots, if they let you have a gun in the holster. No, generally not. Although you can, weirdly, if you go into knots, you can buy cap guns there.
Yep.
And I imagine if you buy one of their cap guns and put it in the holster, you can get away with that.
Probably.
You could probably also just 3D print a handle and stick it in there.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you pull it out and obvious there's no rest of the gun kind of a deal,
Yeah.
they would probably allow that. I wore a holster last time I went. I put like a telescope or something in it.
Yeah.
Or a map.
Yeah, telescope.
Something like that.
I think it was your yeah.
Yeah, and so basically I just kind of like had a not gun. And that let me wear the gun rig without having to have the gun. I did have a lot of fun last time we went. And I would like to go again. And I'd like to go and like just completely participate in the Ghost Town Alive. Just like that's my whole purpose for going that day.
Yeah.
Because they run it like from like 10 to 6 or something, right?
From park open until like about 4 o'clock or so, and then you go over to the town square thing, and they do some sort of dance hoedown sort of thing.
Right.
And then that ends at 4:30 basically.
Right. So basically it ends kind of early-ish, and so then the rest of the time you could go on rides and stuff if you want to do that. So, you know, I would dedicate the entire day to Ghost Town Alive. I think that'd be an awful lot of fun.
Yeah. We like they have, you know, tasks ready to do and all sorts of fun stuff, so, you know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I enjoy, have fun at it. What is that? What is this? Distiller. I don't know what the heck distiller even is. Yeah, so my computer's telling me some program's booting up or something. I'm like, no?
I don't know.
But in case.
I just had to go shut my various sound alerts off because I heard one of the sounds come through the speakers, and I'm like, okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. But that's pretty much the whole of the Knott's trip. That was basically just go and, you know, do that, you know.
Oh, that's great.
It was fun. Yeah.
Let's see what else.
And Father's Day itself. Yeah.
You went and saw Back Rooms?
Yep. Sparrow and I went to go see it. And it's really a matter of, it explains a little bit of the nature of the back rooms, like themselves.
Okay.
Maybe some of it, a little bit history of it, not a lot. It doesn't explain a huge amount, but it tells you why the back rooms is the way it is, kind of. It gives you a little bit of an explanation, but through other characters.
Right. So this was the thing that started as a web series.
Yeah.
And then they fleshed it out into a movie. They added some additional people, like I don't think Chiwetel Ejiofor was in the web series.
Yeah.
But he's in the...
yeah, I think it originally started as like a Reddit thing. And then was it Kane Parsons picked it up and made his series, which he's also the director of this.
Mm-hmm.
But he did all the YouTube videos that he did. And it was like amazing, like it was what he was doing with it. And then he did this, and it's like, wow. So I assume there's going to be another movie, and apparently they're going to make a sequel.
Well, it's A24, and A24 never misses the opportunity to milk something until it's dead.
Yeah, but yeah, it'll be interesting. Hopefully, Kane does the second one, obviously, because no point in watching it otherwise.
I'll tell you why they're making a sequel.
You know,
they're making a sequel because it cost them $10 million to make, and they made $300 million.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think Kane, as far as I know, well, Kane did a lot of the work on it. He wrote it and such, and then I think it gets like he wrote it out and everything, and he directed it. But I think there's additional people added on for writing, such. And I think he was behind like the entire project the entire time. So
right.
I think that's why they're able to keep it down.
Kane in particular is the first person, the youngest person, to have a #1 movie at the box office. He's 21 years old. And basically what this signals is because of this kind of success, we're going to see a lot of YouTubers making videos now, I think.
Yeah.
I think they're just gonna like roll over there and start grabbing stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. So,
Yeah. I mean, I would say that there are a few YouTuber folks that make content that's actually really good, and then there's a lot of crap.
yeah,
But I think there's a good handful that is really good. So, I'd like to see. There's certain other YouTube channels that I've seen that would be really great if they got a backing,
right,
funding.
funding.
You could see that like further on what they were doing. But
So
it's good. This one.
this is kind of interesting. It says that the inspiration for this came from 1 Hour Photo, which was a 2002 Robin Williams movie, where he was like this really creepy film developer at the pharmacy. Punishment Park, which was a 1971 fake documentary film about like the German National Guard.
Okay.
The Portal video game franchise,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
the TV
Makes sense.
series Mr. Robot. Those
Okay.
are some interesting
Yeah.
influences.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, looking at the movie, it looks and I probably mentioned this on the show before. It looks exactly like the places we used to play laser tag in the 80s, where we would go. I had a friend who was a security guard. He would let us in after hours. It would be like the Raytheon missile plant or some office building, and there was like no furniture, and like occasionally you'd round a corner and you'd see a pile of telephones or something that had been left behind.
Yeah.
But otherwise there was like no furniture, no nothing, just big empty rooms, all well lit, and that's where we used to play laser tag. And there was was no chance you were going to stumble across any furniture because there just wasn't any.
Yeah.
And it was just this big empty building. And so part of me like is looking at this going, okay, I want to see it just because of that, because I have experiences in buildings like that at like 3 a.m. in the morning, running around and, being in that creepy space.
Oh yeah, and I think that Kane did a pretty decent job because basically his videos, for the most part on YouTube anyway, are a first person sort of situation. So it's like they're basically a found footage video, and for the most part they're usually completely computer generated. But they look really good. But this film was traditional, so it wasn't like a first-person camera shot the entire movie. There are bits of it in the film where you will see through the lens of the camera as the person holding a video camera doing something.
Right.
But for the most part, it is traditional. Traditionally shot.
Okay.
And I think he did a pretty darn good job for someone has never really actually done that,
When it rolls into some sort of streaming, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah, no idea where. Who knows?
So,
Probably Prime. Who knows?
Yep.
But yeah.
Eric Gerds has popped in. Hey, Eric.
Oh, Eric.
Good to see you. And it doesn't
Hey.
look like anybody watching has seen Backrooms. Like you're the only one.
Yeah, figures.
The only one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But it was fun. It was a good movie.
Great.
Yeah.
What else happened?
Let's see here. This is more stuff for today. Oh, geez. Okay. I'll start with Strider then. Strider. Over the weekend, he like Saturday, I think. While I was at work or something. Where was I? He found an inhaler with albuterol in it. Aubrey, it was Aubrey's, and it was in her bedside table. And he went and he chomped it down, and basically he absorbed the contents. It wasn't full, but he absorbed the contents. So in his mouth because of absorbed it right up. And
Oh gosh.
so they had to take him off to the doggy hospital, and he was there for basically 24 hours. And we're giving him stuff for him for his he had like a what was it? Sodium and potassiums to basically slow his heart down because it was racing from the medicine. Yeah. And so Sunday night or Sundays during Sunday they were able to back him off the medicine, and he was fine because like they tried backing him off before and his heart would just start racing again, so they had to go back and give him the sodium potassium again to slow it down.
That's nuts.
But yeah, so Sunday, yeah, they took it off and he was fine. So yeah, he's back home, taking it easy, so to speak. Bunch of shaved spots on his body. But yeah, so thanks Dougie. That was it. Yeah, that was not a fun experience. So, but yeah. Let's see. I have a Italian stony pine tree, which I don't know if I've ever talked about that. It's not something that's really irrelevant, I guess, usually. But Rose had gotten like I tried to raising like sequoia from seed and stuff, and they just kept dying. And so the last pine tree I had died too. So this one, I got was from Rose, a stony Italian pine originally, and it was like little sprig. It was like about 3 inches tall or so. And I don't have a photo. I could take one later, I guess. But it had grown. Like I was following the information closer with this guy, and it's like you only water it when all the soil feels basically dry, then you get more water, and it's been doing good. So I transplanted it today in a big old pot so that it can grow out its roots more and get taller, and then eventually we'll plant it probably over at my mother-in-law's. But it's like 3 feet tall now, I think.
Okay.
Like so it's getting pretty good. So we will see how it does from now on, but it's growing pretty big.
Yeah, I can't imagine if it gets too big that you're able to transplant that.
Yeah.
Regarding Poe, Kelly asked if you had pet insurance.
No, we do not. No. We considered it at one point, and I think we even were doing it at one point, and it didn't really cover everything. It should, but I mean, it depends, I guess, on what coverage you get, because a lot of them don't really necessarily cover everything. So that's why we just, whatever, pay it out of pocket. But that was Strider. But also today is Poe's birthday. So Poe is 3 years old today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's downstairs right now.
So Poe was... Is it the day you adopted Poe or the day Poe was born?
Based on I think we're basing it on, they had information down as like when he was born, so I think we just kind of base it off of that. So
okay,
like, the place we got Poe from like had more information and like as to when he was actually born, like and such, so we have a good estimate. So yeah.
Because today is also Global Beatles Day. So on this day,
Beatles.
back in 1967, the Beatles debuted the song "All You Need Is Love" on a television show that went out over satellite to 400 million viewers. And so some fan went, "Oh my gosh, we should call this Global Beatles Day." Like in like 2006 or 7 or something, they went, "Oh, we should make this Global Beatles Day," and so the Beatles company, which is Apple Corps, acknowledged it today for the first time ever, And so it's like kind of a big deal. So we celebrated on the show this morning with "All You Need Is Love,"
Yeah.
and played that. And the Beatles celebrated by releasing a colorized version of the original television broadcast, which went out on the Beatles YouTube channel today at 9 a.m. this morning. And so it's kind of fun. I just think it's kind of neat that that Poe has that as his birthday. It's easy. It makes it easy to remember.
Yes.
So there you go.
Little did he know.
Global Beatles Day. Lori
Little did
Lori
Poe know.
says she was 7. I was like a month and a half old.
Oh wow. I was not.
Right. Yeah, I was a month and a half old, May 9th, 1967. So I was not celebrating Global Beatles Day. And if I saw it, I sure don't remember it.
Okay.
Excuse me. I didn't do a lot this week because I've been suffering from a really terrible asthma attack. It's been going on for a couple of weeks. Weed smoke sends me into a really bad bronchial problem, and it has become a chest infection. And so I spent my week putting off my Disney reservations. And so I had like 4 different Disney reservations, which I had to cancel over the course of the week. I finally made it back to Disneyland this week on Wednesday. But as you can hear, I'm still suffering from the bronchial problem with the wheezing and coughing and all that kind of thing. So I went yesterday, took it kind of easy, got to see Jeff in his natural habitat with Bruce the shark, which was very fun. And I went on a few rides yesterday, nothing strenuous. Did Haunted Mansion, Smuggler's Run, Star Tours. Went and saw the Pixar Film Festival again.
Oh, yeah.
Because air conditioning, so much air conditioning.
Oh, yeah, jeez.
Which was really, really great. And I saw Gregory, who was going on lunch. He was working on Autopia. And basically just kind of kicked around. I got a Magic Key meal offering that they were offering at the Stage Door Canteen, which is, if you know the Golden Horseshoe, right next to it is the Stage Door. And they had a chicken strip meal that I think needs to be shared by 2 people. It was a lot of food.
Okay.
It's like $17, a little less if you have a Magic Key. And you get, I think you got 2 big chicken strips with mango habanero sauce on them, 2 with honey barbecue, and then I think you got 4 mini corn dogs and a whole bunch of fries. And that was a fair amount of food, I think, for one person. But that was pretty good. I had that. And then mostly just kind of kicked around for a while. I think I got out of there just as the fireworks were ending. At about 9:45. It's about the time I was boarding the tram, because I have a tendency to bolt out of there before the mass migration after the fireworks. Everybody's like, "Oh, fireworks are done," and off they go. So it was good. But I got some exercise. I walked about 6.5 miles around Disneyland.
Cool.
Just enough, and my chest issue didn't clobber me. So
that's good.
That's what I did. And then Colleen and I went to the beach, and we walked around down Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, I think, area, and went out on the pier. There's an aquarium at the end of the pier, and just watched someone fly a kite. And got a little exercise there, which was kind of cool. Made fun of the architecture. All the beach houses along the beach make me laugh, because some of them are like, New England kind of things, and then some of them look like they belong on Cloud City because they're just these cylindrical cement
Yeah.
things. And some of them you just look at and you're like, what were you thinking when you built this? It's like, this is just ugly and weird, and it's a bad use of space, and it's just, but owning a house like that along the beach, the bike walk there along the beach. I mean, obviously, it's people who have more money than anything, and so this is just a place they go to hang out. It's not a place anyone actually lives in.
Yeah.
Most of these places are unoccupied, and so like they can be laid out like a vacation house, not like a house that you would live in, and so they can waste space, you know. But we
pretty much.
we like to make fun of those houses when we go walking along the beach, which was pretty cool. While I was at Disneyland yesterday, Dawn caught the Falcon 9 launch video. I would show it to you, except I don't remember where he showed it. I don't see it on his Facebook page. But I came out and I saw that it had launched. I saw the like trails in the sky, which was cool. And
I missed it.
it was not too shabby. And I'm looking through here. So much of my messaging is not working right now, which is really such a bummer.
Not good.
So I'm looking in the squadron chat and things like that.
Oh, it could be in there. I don't know.
See if he put it in there with Road Squadron or whatever. Because oh yeah, here it is. This might be it. Let me see if I can actually show this to you and see if it is. It's here. Well, here we go. So let's see what he got for this. It's there we go. So that bright orange dot there with the trail behind it is the launch. And he said he was about 200 miles away from it, and he got a pretty good view of it. That's not too shabby. And I have yet to see one of these. I always miss them. I always see the trail in the sky, and I always miss the actual launch.
Oh, bummer.
And Dawn is out to the north of Los Angeles in the sort of Antelope Valley deserty area out there, and so being able to see a launch from like Edwards or from Vandenberg is pretty good.
Oh, that's true.
So not too shabby. It's pretty neat stuff. I'll catch one of these someday.
I've caught like 2 of the SpaceX launches, but just primarily by accident. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I need to set an alarm or something. It's like, hey dummy, look up. is probably the only way I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I
was working Autopia one night, and one of them was launched, and we could see it, going off right above the old America Scenes building. The other time was out front. I was out front doing something, and we could see it going. Whoosh,
oh, that's cool.
Going along. So it's
Well, so when I got out of Star Tours, these trails were to the west, and so they were out over like the Matterhorn and all of that kind of stuff. And then
cool.
as I was walking, it was like Adventureland and Frontierland and the Haunted Mansion and that sort of thing. It's when the wind catches the trails, they get all swoopy and fancy, and as the sun goes down, they get very orange and sparkly, and so it's always kind of neat. And that's pretty good video, Don. It looks pretty neat. I'm gonna skip ahead here. Yeah, so you can kind of see the trails get all swoopy and fun and
like the little you see the little what is it, I think she calls it that, Kelly calls it the jellyfish.
Right.
Yeah, this is long.
Yeah, that's
That's
cool.
pretty neat.
Cool stuff. Cool stuff. All right.
It's funny that they went through all this trouble to make a rocket that would launch and land itself vertically.
Right.
Like, just like a science fiction movie. I'm like, oh boy.
Well, but the thing about that is it makes the recovery a lot easier. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lot better than having to dig something out of the ocean
This is true.
if it can land on a barge. Because
Yeah.
then basically you just take it home, you wipe it
Yeah.
off, and restock it and launch it again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it makes perfect sense, especially in that sort of like, rockets of the future, Elton John, Rocket
Yeah.
Man, this is my job 5 days a week kind of
Yeah.
a deal.
Oh yeah.
So, but,
Rocket ship XM. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Oh, we missed the moon. Oh, we're at Mars.
That's
Whoops.
cool. I will say the Lady A pointed out that the space shuttle used to occasionally land at Edwards Air Force Base. I did
Yes.
see the space shuttle land at Edwards, and that was very
Yeah.
cool. So,
I did see that once a long time ago. Yeah, way back when.
and we went out to Mojave, and we watched the X Prize launch for X Corps when they were doing their. They had a space plane that launched another plane, and it was pretty cool. So there was I've seen a few things like that, which haven't
Yeah.
been too bad.
Because I think what's his Virgin Galactic? Whatever happened to that guy? Are they even still doing that? So I know
Yeah,
the
last
same
I
thing was an
heard,
airplane launch or something.
I mean they had set up their sort of space tourism company.
Yeah.
And okay, as of a day ago, it says this: Virgin Galactic reveals new spacecraft to astronaut community in factory experience, and
Oh.
this is the same kind of like space plane kind of thing. Virgin Galactic welcomed its astronaut community from around the globe for an exclusive behind the hangar door spaceship
Oh.
factory experience last week. Attendees were granted their first in-person view of the company's next-generation spaceship designed to carry future passengers to space.
Oh, okay.
So here, I'll throw this up over here for
okay.
you guys to
See what it
see.
looks like.
So this.
Originally, I think it had like two planes or two regular jets on the sides, and then in the middle was the actual launch.
Yeah,
launcher
so
or
that's
something.
what we're seeing here. It's the Virgin Galactic launch vehicle, and basically they get it up in the upper atmosphere, drop the space plane, and it goes on a little further.
Yeah.
And then they had this this sort of experience where they're showing people the inside of their facility,
Yeah.
what their engines look like, the vehicles they're working on right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. So they haven't given up. They just haven't they haven't gotten as far as like Bezos and whatnot.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
this article that I read from came out yesterday. So good timing
Yeah.
on
great.
asking about Virgin Galactic.
You gotta wonder.
Yeah, so the VSS Unity is is their glide vehicle apparently, and their location is called Spaceport America, which is where they're doing all of this. And so, how old is this article? This is May 28th, and they had a. Here, I'll run this video too while we're talking about it. So they ran this this launch and had a successful launch and recovery of their vehicle. It totally reminds me. I don't know about anybody else, but doesn't it
Oh, that one.
completely remind you of the Bionic Man opening, where
Oh,
like
jeez.
Steve Austin crashes and his,
Ben, barely alive.
which was real, by the way. That whole all the space footage of the crashing space vehicle, that was real. And the guy who did it, the astronaut who crashed there, survived
Oh, wow.
and went on to a continued long career. But he said it was really hard that every week while that show was running, he had to watch his accident again and again and again,
To watch the show.
which was kind of nuts. Yeah, so it's weird when something that you experienced once becomes fiction, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's really funny.
Well, it also says something about the astronauts being fans of the Bionic Man.
Yeah. Kelly had pointed out that Jeff Bezos had a big explosion in Florida. One of the rockets didn't do its thing.
Mm.
And
They're still working on that.
I was listening to Mark Kelly. I don't know if you follow him at all, but of course he was an astronaut along with his brother Scott. I think was his brother. And Mark is now a senator.
Yes.
And
Shaved
actually,
head guy.
what's that?
I think he has a shaved head or something.
He does.
Yeah.
He's
I
bald.
recognize him.
He's bald. And a lot of people are trying to get him to run for president. This is really kind of interesting. But Mark Kelly was the guy who sent to his brother Scott a gorilla suit. So if you've ever seen footage of a gorilla in the International Space Station, it's his brother Scott in his gorilla suit. But the first time he sent a gorilla suit up there, it exploded in a rocket explosion. The rocket didn't make it. And so he had to go find a second gorilla suit and send it up there. And it wasn't...
Oh, boy.
He didn't sneak it up there because everything is accounted for when it goes into space, right? Because weight is at a premium and things like that.
Yeah.
He got permission from NASA to do it, which
Nice.
I think is awesome. It's like completely a man after my own heart.
Yes.
So yeah, look up Gorilla ISS and look at that video because so funny, so very funny.
Professor Bobo.
No.
Oh my gosh,
That's
was funny.
It was great. Yeah, it's I like Mark Kelly a lot. He's one of those real American hero kind of deals, and he's married to Gabby Gifford. And I don't know if you remember Gabby Giffords, but she was the one who was she was stumping for office. She got shot in the head and had to recover from that, and so she's been really big in anti-gun violence stuff because they shot her in the head, and then she had to go through this phenomenal recovery routine and whatnot. She's doing so much better now. She still has some problems, but
imagine.
anyway, she's like our age. She's 56, and she's married to Mark Kelly.
Okay.
It's like a little too much heroism in that household.
Yeah.
Like,
true.
man, it's kind of nuts. Let's see,
That's insane. Oh, we're about at the top.
we are. So I will remind you guys that you're listening to sci-fi.radio, sci-fi for your Wi-Fi. You can go there. It's a URL. We have all sorts of interesting news stories up there for you, which include a book review of a graphic novel of Legends and Lattes. There's a discussion by Alden Loveshade about GURPS. If you're a role player, you do RPG stuff. If you remember the generic universal role-playing system, It was called GURPS. Came out 40 years ago. That was from Steve Jackson Games. So yeah, if you're old like me. Also, if you're old, what was it? 30 years ago, there was a movie that came out called Practical Magic. There's a sequel to that, and that's Stockard Channing and Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. They're back for a sequel to that.
Nice.
Forgotten Island is a DreamWorks animated thing coming up. The Ardmore people have Shaun the Sheep, the Beast of Mossy Bottom, which honestly, I mean, that sounds like something that came out of the reflecting pool right now.
Yeah, pretty
The,
much.
the
Yeah.
Beast of Mossy Bottom. And then there's a trailer for a movie called Clara and the Sun, which wigs me out because it's got Jenna Coleman, not Jenna Coleman, Jenna, Ortega in it, and she's smiling, big happy smiles.
Yeah.
And I'm not used to seeing that at all, so that's kind of weird. Anyway, those are the kind of news stories we have up there on sci-fi.radio, and of course we have our whole schedule up there, including my morning show, which I do from 9 to 11 every morning, Pacific time, which is music, fun stuff. Jeff sends me a birthday list, and I play people who are having birthdays and celebrations. Like today was that Beatles day, so we did stuff with that. So that's kind of fun. So if you're not listening to us over on sci-fi.radio, you could be watching us on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch. The show is called DB94, Docking Bay 94. I'm Sean Obi-Shawn Crosby.
This is Jeff Soldado.
Colleen, Kaylee Crosby sitting this one out this week, and Kit Boba-Kit Sovine does our show document and behind-the-scenes stuff, and she is slaving away over a hot snack stand at the ball game. So she had to work this week. So and to all you over on the Discord, glad to see you guys. Laura popped in. Good to see you, Laura.
Yep.
And Lizzie May said hey.
There she is.
And
Hey, Liz.
yeah, all sorts of people. Kelly and Jeff and the Lady A and Lori and all our folks hanging out. So if you're hanging out, we're grateful you do it. What do you think? Should we do some of that Star Wars history stuff?
I suppose so. Oh my goodness. Where are we starting here? Birthdays. Okay, here we go. June 22nd, 1936 is when John Cordy was born. He was the director of Caravan of Courage, the one of the Ewok movie specials.
Right. That was the first one, I think, was the Caravan of Courage.
Yeah, I think that was the first one, yeah. And as director, he only has about 47 credits, so not a huge pile of stuff here, but I mean,
and nothing that really jumps out at you.
Not really, yeah.
He did 12 episodes of Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
Ugh.
He did a George Burns half-hour comedy hour episode. And Twice Upon a Time. Now, Twice Upon a Time is interesting because it was an animated film that was produced by George Lucas. And so he was the writer of that and then one of the directors on that with Charles Swenson. And it had Lorenzo Music, probably best known as either Carlton Your Doorman or Garfield the Cat, depending on where you know him from. Paul Frees was in it, Julie Payne, some other people like that. And
crazy.
Anyway, it was a really weird, very stylish piece of animation that George Lucas helped champion. And it the design of it looks a lot like kids book art.
Yes, totally.
It's very. It wasn't done in the 60s, but it's got a very 1960s look. It was actually done in 1983. And I remember watching it. I don't remember much about it. So
I don't really either. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure I did watch this, but hey,
I know I did because it was perpetually on. Television, especially if you were
Okay.
watching cable.
Yeah.
But apparently there were two versions of it. It was always supposed to be for young kids,
Yeah.
but there was a second version that had like adult language kind of made for adults, which
Yeah.
was kind of weird. And
Yeah.
it when they were test screening it at USC, people kept walking out of it, and so they made a kind of a rougher language version of it to keep adults interested. And
Weird.
but that's not what the director wanted. He was out of the loop on that entirely. So John Cordy, the guy we're talking about,
Boo.
didn't
Yeah.
know anything about it. Theaters didn't know that they'd made that change, and
Oh.
they got mad. Like so many people got mad, and the movie got pulled because there was like the dirty language version and the clean language version,
Oh.
and so parents took their kids to see this animated movie that had bad language in it, and they did
Oh,
not
cool.
know. So it was really nuts.
Yeah, probably tanks.
And David Fincher
Mm-hmm.
did the special effects for the movie.
Ah!
This is
Oh,
the
weird.
guy who went on to do Gone Girl, Seven, Zodiac,
Mm-hmm.
The Social Network. He was 17 years old when he worked on it, which was crazy. And if you watch the opening credits, there's actually a picture of Lorenzo Music in there,
Hmm.
and you've almost never seen his face,
Yeah.
which was really pretty
Yeah.
pretty funny. And anyway, it's an interesting. I kind of want to see it again, with so much time passed for it. Both because it was it was a thing that George Lucas worked on. I wonder if they showed this at the USC class that we were sitting in on
don't know.
for Dr. Casper, because I would have gone that night to see this for sure
Oh, totally.
if I had known that. But I'll have to see who's showing it, because I remember watching it when I was a teenager, but I can't tell you anything about it. That's really
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't think I've ever seen it, to be honest.
It's the only other thing in John Cordy's credits that rings a bell with me.
Hmm.
Beyond like Sesame Street. We all know what Sesame Street is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Classes. Oh, he directed Go Ask Alice.
Hmm.
That's interesting. The autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. And then a bunch of shorts. The Owl and the Pussycat and things like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
like small animated shorts.
Yeah,
Huh. Interesting. Very interesting.
yeah. Definitely don't recognize a lot of this stuff, so that's something. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, some people had very sort of narrow careers, but it made sense if Lucas was working with him on this animated thing in 1983. It then makes sense that he went on to do Ewok movies.
Yes, yeah.
So,
Birthday number 2, January 24th, 1944. Julian Holloway was born. He was voiced Prime Minister Almec and Admiral Killian in the Clone Wars. That's his Star Wars reference.
yeah,
Out of 148 credits. So, but he did do 10 episodes though of it. So, but yeah. And then he also did the game. That's not listed. He also did the Old Republic game. He played characters on that.
yeah, he did
So he does have
some.
more than one.
He also did some voice stuff in the 2009 Christmas Carol. Wasn't that the one with Jim Carrey? That
Probably.
Robert Zemeckis directed it. Jim Carrey and Gary Oldman and Colin Firth were in it.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah.
It was when Robert
that one.
Zemeckis he went through this crazy period of time where all the movies he was making were mocap.
Yeah.
But the animation wasn't up to the mocap, and they all looked kind of creepy.
they're kind of weird, and it's like a weird uncanny valley in some of them
Yeah,
too.
oh, completely.
Yeah.
It was the same thing with the Polar Express, which I think was also
Hmm.
Robert Zemeckis. Uh,
Yeah. No,
it
the kids looked like they were adults made into kids.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so
Very weird.
I was kind of let's see, Dan Dare, Pilot of the Future.
Hmm.
Oh, he was in Remember When, which was the TV series about the old time radio show.
Mm.
Lots of British stuff, as you would imagine.
Oh yeah, of
50,
course.
55 episodes of James Bond Jr., the cartoon.
Awesome.
I'm going way back in his career here
Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
to see what we
but
got.
it's
Uh,
yeah, but it's pretty. It's a good chunk of stuff he was doing though.
well, look,
So not just
the dude was
Star Wars.
working, and on Global Beatles Day, he was in A Hard Day's Night with the
Oh,
Beatles as a character named
awesome.
Adrian. He was also in The Knack and How to Get It, which is pretty funny.
Nice.
And yeah, I mean, a few things that like vaguely ring bells. And he was in one of the Carry On movies. I don't know if it was Dawn who was talking
Mm.
about watching one of the Carry On movies during the morning show the other day on Discord. But the Carry On series of movies were all subtopic related comedies. So like Carry On
Hmm.
the Military, Carry On Camping, Carry On whatever.
Wow.
And they were all like kind of zany situational comedies. Which were fun.
Huh.
So I don't know. Dude had a pretty good career.
Oh yeah. I mean, he made it a ways.
Right.
you know, but catches up, I guess. Yeah. Passed away in 2025, so last year.
Right.
Yeah. But that's it for the birthdays. Other than that, we have the regular history stuff. So we have January 22nd, 1998. I'm sorry, June 22nd, 1998. Where StarWars.com was posting up Lynn's diaries from episode 1.
Right.
And those are pretty cool.
Yeah, they were did a lot of behind the scenes of like working on costumes and special
Yeah.
effects and shooting on set. They were
Yeah.
pretty good. And I think the following year, Pablo Hidalgo took over for her and started doing the same kind of thing.
Could be.
And but I think it was Lynn Hale was behind those.
Oh, could be. Yeah.
And yeah, it was they were neat at the time. It was sort of unprecedented access in
Yeah.
and in I think 1998 was pre YouTube.
Probably. I
So
don't remember when it started.
like
So.
getting stuff like that was very special, and of course everybody wanted to know everything
Yeah.
about Star Wars. Yeah, so YouTube was 2005.
Yeah.
It debuted just before Star Wars Episode 3 debuted. Yeah, very interesting.
January 24th, 1999. That's when The Saga Begins was released by Weird Al. Very important.
June.
Am I saying January again? So
Yeah, you said January. I'm like, no, June.
Stuck in June, January for some reason.
Well, and that was really interesting because Al contacted Lucasfilm and said, "Hey, could I get an advanced screening of the movie?" And they said no. And so he wrote a song based on the trailer and what he could dig up from like magazines and stuff. They let him at the premiere of the film. So he saw the movie like 4 days before it came out, and
Yeah.
then like went back and fact checked what he had written.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which was kind of nuts.
I don't think he was that far off. with
He
what
yeah,
he
but
had
he
written.
I think it was about I think the movie came out like around May 21st or something like that. And so he had about a month between the two.
Yeah.
He wanted to do it right when the movie came out, and Lucas kind of
Nixed
threw
it.
him a curveball. Yeah.
Yeah, boo. Well, we got the last bit of history. It is June 25th, 2005, when Lucasfilm held a party to celebrate their move over to the the Letterman Digital Art Center in San Francisco.
Right, that's the facility at the Presidio. It's near
Yep.
the Disney Family Museum, and it is where the famous Yoda statue is that everybody goes and takes pictures of the Yoda statue. Uh, Jeff and I have been there. Colleen's been there. It's a neat facility. They have in fact, now what they've done is if you find yourself up there and you're going to take the pilgrimage to see the Yoda statue, you can go into the lobby, and you're welcome to look around the lobby, and they've got some costumes on display and some awards and some statues and some things like that. So that's open to the public. Getting any deeper into the company is a little difficult. You need to know someone. And they have a store there inside the company. But what they've done now is they took one of the open spaces in the Letterman Digital Arts facility, and there is a Skywalker Ranch company store that anyone can go to anytime. And so if you want to go up there and get some cool, like, Lucasfilm shirts and jackets and swag, patches, challenge coins, things like that, you can do it. You can also get their wine there, the Skywalker Ranch wine. They make olive oil. You get that there, too. And they also sell kind of expensive stuff. Like if you want a Wested leather Indiana Jones jacket, you can get one there. If you want the Herbert Johnson Indiana Jones hat, they have it, but there's like a $300 or $400 premium on it. So like if you bought one, I think from the Herbert Johnson company, you would pay about $600 for it, and I think it's about $900 from the Lucasfilm company. They're pricey, but anyway, it's a neat kind of thing. So if you're a big fan of Indy and Star Wars and ILM, Lucasfilm projects and things like that, and you find yourself in San Francisco, you should go. It's really neat.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the new store. We've been into the store locally.
Okay.
But when we've gone up there, the one that's sort of behind the gate. But I love that they have one that anyone can get into now. I think that's extremely cool. Yeah, because there's so many fans who, it's hard to get in to behind the gate. And so that they're doing something for their fans is really terrific.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I got my Wested jacket from Wested, so. Yeah,
same here. I have a long story about visiting Wested to pick mine up, which is pretty epic, but not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I don't see any questions or anything over on the Discord that need answering. So, or not Discord, the chat.
Chat. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. This sounds like a thing that you need to talk about. Disneyland must retire their gas-powered ride vehicles by February to comply with California's emission regulations.
Yes.
Which mostly affects the Autopia ride, which is you.
Yep. Yeah, it's been overdue. Yeah, they were supposed to have them ready this year, and I don't know if they're going to have it ready this year. They're probably going to shut the ride down this year, or beginning next year, depending. Who knows? But especially since they've been given a February date, so.
Well, if they shut down in December, it should be enough to swap them out, because really, it's mostly just swapping out vehicles. And then whatever they're going to do about charging them.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know exactly I mean, even if they told me, I couldn't say anything, but they haven't told me anything. I know like a small amount of information about one of the test vehicle and such and I can't talk about that either. Yeah. But,
the article I'm looking at is from People Magazine, and they say that Disneyland previously paid $56,000 in fines after disclosing non-compliance with state regulations for small off-road engines, which is basically what the Autopia is. They're go-karts.
Yep.
The thing that I'm wondering about is, does this only apply to Autopia, which, what do they have, something like 60 cars that they run for Autopia?
I think there's 98 total that can
98 total? And
I think so.
and I always
Something
figure
like
they
that.
run about half their stock on a busy day. But you would certainly know better than I on that. But the thing that I'm wondering about is this going to apply to the Main Street vehicles like the omnibus, the fire engine? They have a cab that they run. There are gas-powered vehicles on Main Street that are full-size vehicles. That is this going to affect that, and are they going to have to make those electric too? Because I don't care so much about the Autopia, but there's a certain charm to these really old, puttery gas engine vehicles on Main Street.
If I'm not mistaken, that could very well be, the Main Street vehicles were converted over to like natural gas some time ago.
Okay.
So I don't think they fall under that. The train, I think, is diesel.
It's
So I
diesel
don't know if that falls under it either.
steam. I mean, it's
Probably
considered a steam locomotive, and they do have to put water in it and that kind of thing. But I think the diesel drives the steam, which drives the locomotive. I think they're okay with that.
Yeah.
This says here that in September 2023, the park voluntarily disclosed that its Honda go-karts had been modified in a way that violated state regulations for small off-road engines. They got a notice of violation.
Good grief.
And because they were operating the engines without emission control systems, and they reached a settlement, which was $450 per car.
Oh boy.
So interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that means they had 125 vehicles that they had to pay on. If it was $450 a unit. So 125 vehicles. So interesting to see.
They got me there.
And they've talked about going electric for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think it would be fun. And they could do some fun stuff. They could still make it sound putt-putty with sound effects. Teslas and other vehicles do that, where they have like speed-dependent audio that plays. So why not the Autopia? They could make them sound like big, throaty race cars if they wanted to.
And I think I want to say that it's in like maybe Hong Kong, Disneyland. It's in that one, or it's in Tokyo, that they already have electric ones. Can't remember which one it is. Eric will probably, if Eric's watching still, he'll probably chime in which one it is. But I can never remember which one it is. They've had them for years. But I think I think the one that they have is similar to like the submarines, where they're basically the guide rail that they're on is what they're electrified with.
Hong Kong.
So they're not independent. They're not independently electric.
Right.
They're like corded.
Hong Kong's Autopia has closed. It closed in 2016. Right. However, before that, they did in fact use electric cars with onboard audio and lighting effects. Yeah. So I don't know why they closed it. Maybe they were having a hard time charging everything or whatnot. I'll have to do a little more research on that. But it certainly wasn't there when we were there.
They could just be updating. They could have just updated or put something else in.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
So, but anyway, we'll see. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, honestly, I don't know if you guys saw The Mandalorian, but The Mandalorian, the little Anzellans had a go-kart ship hovercraft thing that they were using, and it made the noise from the Jetsons. It was the same sound that the Jetsons car made. They could easily do that in Tomorrowland. A whole bunch of these little cars going. That'd be great. I'd line up for that.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh boy. And I thought I had seen the prototype vehicle they were using, but I think what I actually saw was in one of the regular vehicles they were using, because the prototype was in their tarp.
Oh, okay. Well,
it has been there a few times.
There was also a thing where they showed a thing to some press that said, "Hey, here we have electric vehicles," but they didn't let him drive around in it, and it looked like one of the other cars, one of the regular cars. It didn't have a different body. They didn't change much on it. So, honestly, they could have just parked a car and said, "Look, it's our new electric car," and people would have went, "Oh yeah, sure." So we'll have to see. The big news out of Disneyland this week was that they had an accident on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. There was a boy who was in the back of the log as it was going down the incline. He's a 13-year-old boy, and he jumped out of the ride vehicle as it went down the hill. Now, he jumped onto the, if you were facing the ride, he jumped onto the left side of the hill, and I don't know if he was goofing off, if he got scared and, fight or flight kicked in and he fled, or what. But he leapt out of the vehicle, couldn't maintain a grip on the rocks, fell into the water, and slid down the hill. He didn't break anything. Yeah. He beat himself up a little bit, a couple, scrapes and bruises. They took him to a hospital. He was okay. There's actual video footage here, which I will show you guys just for giggles, because the kid was okay. So if something horrible had happened, of course we wouldn't want to show you that. But and this comes courtesy TMZ. And somebody showing on their phone what it was. So the guy jumps out to the right of the vehicle and then slides down the thing like any other water slide. It does, of course, have little bumps and things on it to break up the water and make it look very splooshy. But he went down after the vehicle instead of in front of the vehicle. Honestly, that's probably the thing that saved his butt. Yeah. He didn't get crushed by the car, nothing like that. As I understand it, based on my discussions with people yesterday at the park, including some more higher up people, they are not likely to put straps in to the cars or make any major modifications, because that ride's been going 40 years now. Yep. 40 years, 30 years, and so it's been going for 30 years with no problem. And Cal OSHA came in, they evaluated the ride, they realized it was guest error. The guest had to try very hard to get out of the log. I mean, when that log is stopped at loading, getting in and out of it is hard enough. I can't imagine getting out of it while the thing's tilting down the ramp. So there have been a lot of other accidents at Disneyland over the years where we've had kids who've been hurt walking along the tracks for the monorail. Somebody got hurt in the America Sings attraction back in the day. Disney certainly had their share of problems. This very much is guest error. The guest made a poor decision. I'm glad he's okay.
It seems like to me, if by looking at it, he was like, okay, this ride's cool, and then he's like, oh, oh crap, he was going to try to get out before it went down the hill.
Right.
And whatever mental thing going in his mind at the time. But we don't really know anything about the kid. You know, we
no,
don't know
we
if he has any history of mental issues, or if he's on like maybe he's on a spectrum or something or anything. Don't know nothing.
yeah, um, I feel like this is really just very much on this kid. Um, and certainly when something like this happens, Disney stopped the ride immediately when
Yep.
they realized something was going on. Unloaded everyone off and kept the ride closed until Cal OSHA, and OSHA is the Occupational Safety and Health
Yep.
Administration. And so they came in, they reviewed the ride, they checked things out, they made sure everything was okay, and then let them run the ride again. It was running full tilt yesterday when I was there at the park.
Yep.
So, it didn't look like anyone else was in danger. And I get being frightened on those things. I remember being a kid and
Oh,
being
geez.
freaked
It's
out.
it's a big drop for a little kid. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, I fell out of a roller coaster when I was like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I was at an old theme park called Kennywood Park in Pennsylvania. It's
Yeah.
sort of around Pittsburgh. And we went in there, and I was on this old rickety wooden coaster that had these welded metal cars.
Oh.
And I was in the front of the car, and I met the height requirements, and everything was cool. But for whatever reason, we started to go down the hill, and I slid out from under the safety bar.
Yeah.
And I spent the rest of the ride pressed up against the grate, looking at the track, while my cousin who was with me was like freaking out. He's like, he's like grabbing
Oh,
onto
no.
me and all this kind of. It was crazy. Nothing happened. I didn't fall out of the car. Nobody died.
Yeah.
Scary for sure.
Oh, I
but,
bet. Yeah.
But it wasn't like we were at Action Park in New Jersey or something. Oh my gosh.
I don't think I do that to begin with.
I have to ask you this, Jeff.
Yeah.
You grew up in California.
Yep.
Did you ever go to Lake Dolores?
Like Dolores.
Yeah. They used to run ads for it all the time down here. And I know you grew up in San Jose, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh. I don't know. I have to look at. I don't. It doesn't really ring a bell with me. But I mean, you know.
so Lake Dolores was considered America's first water park.
Okay.
It was between L.A. and Vegas.
Oh, the one you drive by all the time. I've never went there,
And
but I know what you're talking
It
about.
closed in 2004. And so Lake Dolores was a guy with some land and a backhoe. And he basically made a fake lake and then started adding all of these slides and zip lines and Tarzan swings and all this kind of stuff, all of which were designed to get you into his fake lake.
Yeah.
But he was not an engineer. So it's not like they came in and said, oh, okay, if you're going to have a 75-foot tall slide that people are going to come down, you're going to need a lake that's at least 20 feet deep so that nobody lands in the mud when they come off of the slide. None of that. Nothing like that. And so people were getting clobbered right and left. And one of these things, one of these slides, was a stand-up slide. They had two of them, so you could like race somebody. And so it was a V channel that I think was metal. You would stand there, put your arms on it, and you would stand up and surf down this slide. And it was crazy. I remember going as a kid, and
This
because
is very frightening. Yes.
because nobody knew.
Oh my God. We've driven by this thing like 1,000 times. You can still see the remnants of it.
Right,
you
it's
know.
it's all abandoned. Kids go there to party, so
Yeah.
it's all completely trashed. Here, I will show you guys sort of their infomercial thing. I mean, it was always a thing that they were running ads for all the time. So they had like like 5 or 6 of these different water slides that would shoot you. You didn't go into the water. You like came out above the water. And so this is that stand-up slide. They had zip lines, which was crazy. All of this was designed to kill you. But nobody cared. Everybody was like, oh my God. And you would come off of these slides going so quickly that you could shoot, especially if you were light, you could go across the lake and end up in the rocks. It was crazy. So this whole thing, this is the guy who made it, Bob Byers. And he basically went, gosh, it's so hot out here and nobody comes out here and whatever. Let's make this really cool water park there. Oh, and it was just nuts. And people would just come and, they would charge admission. And it was all unsafe. Very, very unsafe.
Oh my gosh. A lot of people camping. Oh my word. That looks like...
But
I'm like,
when you're a kid, you don't care. You're just like, yeah, this is going to be amazing,
Yeah.
Oh, so funny. Anyway, it was a rite of passage here in Southern California.
Oh, dang.
And I know that you, Jeff, like little rickety amusement parks.
Yeah.
And it does not get more rickety than this. It's just like the
that
entire.
Looks like the most dangerous thing I've ever seen.
Oh my God,
like
so much,
Park.
so much, man. And it was the West Coast version of Adventure Park. Except Adventure Park kept going and going and going. These guys got sued because there was an employee who, after hours, started doing the water slides and stuff, and he hurt himself. And he landed in a part of a pool that had been drained, and I think he got paralyzed. And so there was a lawsuit. There was like a $4 million thing, and they ended up shutting down because of bankruptcy, essentially.
Jesus.
But I mean, just look at this stuff. It was, you took your life into your own hands with all this stuff.
Oh my gosh.
But you know how when you're a kid, you are immortal for a limited time.
Yeah.
That's what this was. It was so funny.
Oh man.
Anyway, I was just thinking about it the other day, and I meant to ask you about it.
Oh man.
And
yeah.
It very much made me think of, like we went to what was it, Enchanted Forest up in thing, and that also has like a level of ricketiness to it.
Yeah, it does.
But you felt reasonably safe.
Yeah.
But
I mean, well, like the roller coaster they have there, you're basically in a cage,
right,
on the thing. So it's
right.
like,
so
not likely anything's gonna happen to you. You're like locked in a cage.
Their bobsled ride, like you had plexiglass all around you and stuff. It was so you felt safe, but not Disney safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
but it was fun.
So funny.
I love that so much. Yeah. I mean, 'tis gone, but then there are places that like I never got to go to like Lion Country Safari.
Oh, really?
When that was open, that would have been cool, but I never got to go.
I love stuff like that. I never got to go this close before I moved into the area, but out in Thousand Oaks, we had an area that was called Jungle Land, and it was where all the movie animals used to live. And basically, they would open it to the public, and they would do animal shows and things. And, it's Lippy the lion or whoever the lion from MGM was, and, that kind of thing. They all lived out there. And you could just go and check them out. And I think they closed before.
Bummer.
But
not getting the pizza, buddy.
But they're like living around here, there used to be lots of places like that. Like we had Marineland that lasted for a really long time.
Well, they shot briefly. I don't know how much of the movie, but a little bit of like the sequel to The Creature of the Black Lagoon there.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So Jungle Land closed in October of 1969. But when I was living there in the late 70s, early 80s, it was still there. Like the
Yeah.
area was there, and everybody knew it as
Oh,
Jungle
nice.
Land. It was a landmark, even though there were no animals or anything there.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I mean, I used to go swimming there. They had like at the Greenland thing. They had like a thing where you get like a snorkel and whatnot and a wetsuit,
yeah.
and you basically rent it and you swim this little elbow shaped whatever. Yeah.
So part of the history of this place, of Jungle Land, where they shot Birth of a Nation, which is the D.W.
Oh,
Griffith movie
oh,
there.
oh wow. Ooh.
The Fugitive, Tarzan the Ape Man, Doctor Dolittle, The Adventures of Robin Hood, the 1930s one with Errol Flynn, were all shot over there, and Route 66. But there was a barn fire in 1940 that killed 12 of the animals,
Oh,
including tigers and camels and elephants. And then in 1966, one of the lions at the compound mauled Zoltan Hargitay, who was the son of Mickey Hargitay and Jane Mansfield.
oh, weird.
And just a couple years after that, they closed,
Oh,
largely because of competition from other amusement parks and because it didn't fit in Thousand Oaks anymore, which had become
okay.
increasingly urban.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's
Yeah.
really weird history in Southern California. We've got some strange stuff
Yeah.
that's around here.
I mean, there was an awful lot more not shows, but a lot more nature related things like many years ago, like all the garden places and such.
Yeah.
That large gardens and such with ponds and everything, and even up I know in LA, they're gone. But I mean, stuff down here as well. Like it's all been just replaced with other things like housing. You know.
Well, one of the interesting things about our area is that we have a lot of malls in the area, and of course
Mm.
they're less and less occupied. And so
Yeah.
where we used to do costume college, we used to go across the street to the Promenade Mall, which was a subterranean mall with
Hmm.
like 2 3 floors, and it was the expensive mall back in the day when I was a kid,
Yeah.
where Coach and Tiffany and all those places would be. They just knocked down the last wall of that
Wow.
mall, and they're gonna replace it with something else.
Hmm.
Um, Rose
Crazy.
asked about the film Roar and where that was shot. It was a 1981 film that was shot in Soledad Canyon at the Shambhala Preserve in Acton,
Oh, okay.
California. So, just to answer that question over in the chat.
Okay. Um. Yeah. Garlic Gardens, Gilroy Gardens. Gilroy Gardens is a park that's up. It's in Gilroy.
Hmm.
It used to be called Bonfont Gardens, and then it was something else before that. Um, that's it's neat. They had a lot of like a bunch of old rides and stuff, and like what they called circus trees
Right.
because they're all twisty and everything, and whatnot. I haven't been there in a few years, but yeah, that's a pretty neat place. Um, it's a little theme park.
Right.
You know, there's not a whole lot of rides, but mostly kid rides.
Hmm.
Yeah, that
Well,
one's that's a fun one. So if you get a chance to go to out by that, definitely try that out because I don't know what they have, what they are now. You
hmm.
know,
No, either.
yeah, but it's a fun little thing. Oh, they must have added that. They have one of the raft rides, get your wet raft ride.
Oh yeah.
I think that looks new instead
Okay.
of a few other things. So they must have like a water splash area now or something, a water park or something I don't know. Interesting.
Let's see. Let me
Yeah.
knock I'm
Off
sorry.
the rails.
Yeah, I like rides like that, but I don't go on them very often because
Yeah.
I don't want to be that wet.
Yeah. For sure.
Let's knock some of these things off the list that I had been teasing in our little promo thing here. The Jet Propulsion Laboratory is real science out here, and they usually have an open house. So they are
Oh yeah.
gonna sell tickets available in late August. It's their 90th anniversary. They're up in the San Gabriel Mountains, not far from where Colleen used to live back in her young days when we first met. And so October 10th and 11th from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. you can visit JPL's facilities, get a tour. They do the rovers there. They've launched all sorts of stuff on various vehicles and whatnot. And you can go to the Explore JPL webpage at the end of August, on August 29th, to reserve tickets. They were free, as I recall, last time we did it, but you had to have a reservation. And I think you can get up to 5 for your group.
Okay.
But it's cool. So you can go to Spaceflight Operations Facility, which is where it's sort of their mission control, where they track commands and send things back and forth to rovers and whatnot. You can see their spacecraft assembly facility and machine shop. You can meet the robots that they're working on, which is really cool. They have full-scale models of their Perseverance rover, Voyager, and Galileo space probes.
Yeah.
And they have the micro devices laboratory to see the miniature stuff that they're working on.
Okay.
It's always super cool. They're always doing STEM stuff up there. It's a great thing for kids, but if you're a nerdy adult, super cool too.
Okay.
So they were founded in 1936, and so their 90th year promises to be a pretty big thing. I have lectured there, actually, which is kind of fun.
Oh wow.
And we've had all sorts of experiences off and on with them over the decades. So that is pretty cool. I mentioned that the space shuttle is reopening in November.
Yeah.
And that's at the California Science Center, which got the Space Shuttle Endeavour. And we've talked about it on the show before. They're doing this really interesting thing where they have taken it from where it was in landing configuration, where it was just the shuttle. And we've done a lot of events there, Star Wars events, things like Yuri's Night. And they've taken it, they added the solid rocket boosters and the engines. So they have a complete space shuttle, like the whole complete rig. And they've tilted it up like it's launching. It's so cool.
That's cool.
And I think, oh gosh, I think they just posted some pictures. Let me see if I can find some pictures of it, because it just looked so neat. And I'm really, yeah, here we go. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. Of course, they drove this thing past my house.
Yeah.
At one point. Here you go. This is what it looks like so far, which is just pretty freaking amazing. And so you can go up on the gantry, and there's like all sorts of different ways to view it, look into the cockpit and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty great. So it will let me. Yeah, they've got a whole FAQ up here. You know, when is it going to be available to guests? How can you get tickets? And all of that kind of thing. And the Space Center is actually free to get into.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they're going to charge for this once they put it in.
Oh, there you go.
But it is actually free to get into. and worth your time if you're in the Southern California area. And
awesome.
they have been working on this for an incredibly long time.
Yeah.
Many, many years.
That's pretty cool.
Excuse me.
Surprised they're finally getting that thing done.
You want to talk about M&Ms?
Yeah. Then you have to go, yeah, how much are we going to pay for that? What now?
You want to talk about the M&Ms?
M&Ms?
Yeah.
M&Ms. Where are they at?
Is it on our list? Where is it on our list?
Food. Big changes coming to M&Ms. Yes. I don't know what they're changing about it. It was like they're
going.
They're basically just natural.
Yeah, they're going healthy. So what they're doing is there are going to be a version of M&Ms that aren't changing. They're staying exactly the same.
Yeah.
And then there's another version of M&Ms which are not using artificial colors because there's some make America healthy again BS going on. And so all of their candies are going to change color, and they're not going to have blue or brown because they can't reproduce that inexpensively. Because it takes some weird stuff, spirulina, which is an algae-based pigment. Although, geez, go to Washington and go to the National Malls, all the algae you can handle. But it apparently takes a lot of material to create the blue and the brown. And so those are going to vanish from the natural ones. And then eventually they're going to try to get that to work and not break the bank. So red, yellow, orange, and green are going to be there, and that'll be fine. And then the other two colors may show up later. They were talking about doing purple and pink, but they didn't come up with any colors that they really liked. And so...
couldn't really nail it.
Yeah, but this is all because Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who also apparently eats a lot of algae, has urged U.S. food companies to eliminate artificial dyes. But the regular M&Ms you eat are still going to be available. If you want the naturally colored ones, you have to order them off of Amazon.
Okay.
And by 2028, they're hoping to have all the colors back with natural coloring, and we'll see. So other Mars brands are looking at doing that too. Skittles, Starburst. Starburst doesn't have much by way of color in it anyway. It's really faint color. Extra gum spearmint. So some of the other candies are going to have the same thing. I don't care.
Yeah.
So, but
it's not really a big deal to me. But
it's M&Ms, man.
Someone does.
Yeah, somebody cares. Whatever.
Crazy people.
What else? I think that's everything that we had teased we were going to talk about.
Oh, teased, yeah.
You got something else you want to talk about?
Let's see here. Let's see. What is this? I'll open it up anyway because I'm not really sure what this is about. But it's over at, you said it. I don't think we talked about it, did we? At Santa Monica Pier, it's having like a Centennial Parade at the Air America on the Move, it's called.
Oh, well, we talked about on the show before how the entire Route 66 is celebrating its 100th anniversary. And so they're doing things all along the entire Route 66. Of course, it begins in Chicago. It ends in Santa Monica at the pier, basically. So, it looks like Sunday, July 12th, they're doing a thing.
Yeah. I'm sure it's like Route 66, but it's on Wilshire.
Oh, interesting. It's a procession of cars, 50 carefully selected vehicles representing key moments in automotive history, from race cars to regular cars. Honestly, they should have us there because we've traveled Route 66 a time or two in Star
Oh,
Wars
sure.
cars. So
This is true. This is true.
yeah, the
Yeah.
parade's going to end at the pier.
Oh, okay.
The Peterson Automotive Museum is involved in it, so that's
Yeah.
where a lot of the classic cars are coming from, and the vehicles will be available for view at the Santa Monica Pier.
Nice. Okay.
Interesting. So it's
Yeah, that's neat.
partially for America 250 and partially for Route 66's Centennial. And
Yeah.
so they're gonna roll through LA on the 12th of July.
That's cool.
No, I hope so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Should I do
right.
the rest in peace or should I save it for next week?
I mean, we got like 4 minutes.
All right. I'll do it real
That's
quick.
enough time.
James Burrows passed away. He was the co-creator of Cheers. He directed all sorts of amazing television shows and whatnot. He did Taxi. He worked with Friends, the early days of Friends, Will and Grace, things like that. And then a bunch of stuff I've never heard of, like Crowded and things like that.
I thought he worked on The Simpsons at some point.
Yeah.
Was he connected at all?
Yeah, I think he was. Or you're thinking of James L. Brooks, I think.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Did
yeah.
The Simpsons.
Yeah.
His dad was Abe Burrows, who wrote Broadway books like Guys and Dolls, How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, and things like that. So he came from some. But he worked on the Bob Newhart Show, Rhoda, Laverne and Shirley, Night Court, Wings, Frasier, Third Rock from the Sun, Caroline in the City, Big Bang Theory. Dude was a god, what can you say?
Yeah, he was very busy.
And then in the music side of things, equally, at the age of 94, Clive Davis passed away. He was a guy who worked with and developed artists like Janis Joplin, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Chicago, Santana, Billy Joel, Bruce Springsteen, Aerosmith, Simon and Garfunkel. Barry Manilow was a longtime friend and coworker, I guess. Herbie Hancock, Whitney Houston was a big one too. Sarah McLachlan, Grateful Dead, Notorious B.I.G. It's got a long list of probably about 30 artists that he fostered, from Brooks and Dunn to Maroon 5. And one of those guys, there's a lot of conspiracy theories against him because they're like, oh my God, he killed Whitney Houston and things like that, which is really weird. There's like no proof. It's just a lot of people who are like, oh, that's crazy. So he was a pretty big deal too. So we'll do those two and wrap it up, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they were the big ones this week. We'll save the other ones for next time. We start off a new season next time, season 15, which means we have been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, see what kind of changes the next year brings. Thanks to Kit for doing our documents and stuff. As always, greatly appreciated. Colleen had the night off because she deserves a night off. What do you got going on, Jeff? Anything exciting?
The only thing happening this weekend is Fan Expo, I guess. Yeah. Be helping out the Ghostbusters at the Fan Expo.
Cool, and you're going all 3 days, right?
Yeah.
I'm going Saturday and Sunday. I don't know why I'm not going Friday, but I'm going Saturday and Sunday. So
And I don't know, maybe because you have the show in the morning on Friday. Maybe that's why.
maybe. I mean, I don't have to be there all the day, but I'll have you give me a report on Friday and prep me for Saturday. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll be there with the Orange County Ghostbusters. If you're going to Fan Expo, come by and say hi. Should be really fun. It looks like they booked a lot of really interesting actors. And I think it's also VidCon.
Yeah, that's there too.
It's the same weekend. And VidCon, of course, is It's for people who do shows like this, so we'll have to
Yeah.
see. Not going to spend $1,100 to go.
Yeah.
So
Nope.
we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
just have to hang out and slum it over there, I guess. But all you guys over in
Yeah.
the chat, thanks for hanging out. Glad to see all y'all hanging out.
Yeah.
Glad to go. Oh, it's Rose says the time changed till 12:30 tomorrow to check in. So
Well, I'll have to look it up then. Look at the thing then.
see, I could
Okay.
make it there after my show, but
Yeah.
that's okay. They just don't want me. All right. If you've been listening to us on sci-fi.radio, go check the schedule out there. We've got all sorts of stuff going on. And, of course, I'll be on the air tomorrow morning from 9 to 11 to wrap out the week on the Good Morning Tatooine show that I do every day. If you're watching
Sweet.
us on Facebook or Twitch on YouTube, thanks, or like us or subscribe to us or do whatever you can to let us know that you've been there. And if you're already
Yeah.
doing that, thank you, because it's good to know. That's how we know that you've been hanging out with us. If you're
Yep.
still over in the chat, thank you. Glad to have all of
Yep.
you guys.
Good
And
night, everybody.
send a good night to
On the radio.
everyone over there. I sent a goo night,
Yeah.
actually. I lost the date.
Good night.
Goo night.
Good night.
And we will
Stay
see
with the Ghostbusters.
all later on. I'm Sean Obi-Shawn Crosby.
This is just sold out a hole.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll give you video people some credits
Yeah.
and say goodbye.